love languages, animal communicator, and Reiki master practitioner. And this is Pearl Cutts, of course, my ever present soul bird sidekick. And I've shared more about our story in our memoir together, Love and Feathers, What a Palm-Sized Parrot, that's right, that's you, has taught me about life, love, and healthy self-esteem. But for today, I have a different topic foremost in my mind because we've got one of several noisy holidays, probably the noisiest holiday of the whole year, coming up here very shortly. And that would be here in the United States, at least the 4th of July. Isn't that right, my love? The fireworks are even more resonant than you are, huh? Even more resonant than you are. Always cute. So, for really any animal, even those who maybe hearing isn't their superpower sense, the 4th of July can feel like the opposite of a holiday, if you will, even the anti-holiday. It can be a time of anxiety, of stress, of overwhelm. What I want to share, of course, there's the usual round of emails floating about here, there, and everywhere in the pet care field about how to protect your pet from the effects of the fireworks. And most of those don't address the fundamental place where our animal companions need protection the most, and that's in our own home. And what's the protection that they need? It's protection from us. And of course, as an animal communicator, I come at this issue from a slightly different perspective, because when I'm teaching animal communication, what I'm teaching my students, as I'm mentoring people through the process of learning how interspecies communication works, animals receive information, messages from us in almost the opposite pathway from how we receive messages from other human animals, from members of our own species. We tend to live and communicate up here in our heads through words, through audible sounds. We're very left brain focused. That's how our formal education process works. And in the non-human animal communities, regardless of species, the communication originates from the heart and the gut brain. And what's so interesting about this is that more recent research and science is showing that the vagus nerve, which connects the gut and the head brain, the gut brain and the head brain, actually has a two-way, it's like a superhighway with lanes going in both directions, but 90% of the information is heading up from the gut brain to the head brain. And this is the center of the seat of communication for all the other animal species on our planet. It's also why interspecies communication is a true universal language, and it's something that we human animals have access to it as well. We're just not trained how to use it. And so often we come to it later in life. And even if we've had early experiences of feeling like our animals are communicating with us, usually that's not mirrored from the other human animals around us. We don't have mentors. We don't have any kind of clear pathway forward. And so it tends to kind of fall by the wayside until we kind of get through the formal education process, get to the point where we're a little later on in life and we can make some choices about how we want to spend our time and what excites us and what makes us curious, what we want to learn more about. And that's where interspecies communication and animal communication re-enters the picture. So let's talk about this in context with 4th of July fireworks. This is also a great video to watch for New Year's Eve fireworks, or any fireworks, post-game tailgate fireworks, personal special event fireworks, any fireworks or any event or situation where there's loud noise. Even if you live in an area periodically where you have loud sounds happening outside from construction or the freeway or anything like that, we need to understand the messages that our pets, that our companion animals are picking up from us to really start to dig into and dissemble the core reason why so many pets get so beyond stressed out during these kinds of events. So let's take your average day, right? your average holiday, rather. Let's just take the 4th of July, since that's what's coming up as an example. And we pet parents typically, because we love our animals so much, we want to protect them from these human-made holidays that feel so unnatural. Even thunderstorm anxiety, out in the wild, is kind of a part of the flow of life, and animals have a natural instinctual coping mechanism. But in the home, they're exposed to something they never encounter out in the wild, which is our own anxiety and our own nervousness and our own fearfulness and our own worry about how they're going to do during this event. And I often tell my human clients when I'm working with an animal that your pet is watching UTV 24/7. They've got their channel, their intuitive channel, their TV channel, their radio channel, their streaming music channel. They're all tuned to UTV. So they're picking up constantly a series of mental pictures matched with emotions. See, we speak in words, which is why I often say, pets are from Mars and people are from Venus. We're communicating top down. So we're not realizing that our animals are picking up all of that other communication that's going on that we're not even really aware of. And our words are just an expression of whatever is going on in our mind, the mental pictures that we have and the emotions that those mental pictures evoke and the emotions that our words evoke. That's what the animals tune into first. And so let's say we're tiptoeing our way up towards noisy holiday number 1 or thunderstorm, but let's just take 4th of July as an example. And as the holiday approaches, we are thinking more and more about times in the past when this particular animal that we have or other animals that we've cared for have reacted in extremely negative ways to loud noises like fireworks. And so as we get closer and closer to the holiday, the actual night of, so to speak, we're broadcasting more nervous energy and anxiety and worry about how to keep our pets calm, paired with these mental pictures that are extremely distressing for our animals to watch, which is of them behaving in ways that indicate that they're nervous, scared, fearful. Maybe we're even picturing them running away. And the message that they're receiving from these mental pictures and the emotions that they're paired with is, okay, tonight I'm going to get really scared and I'm going to run away, or I'm going to have, a nervous breakdown, or I'm going to pee and poop inappropriately, or I'm going to rip up the couch cushions, and maybe they're watching this and they're thinking to themselves, I don't really want to do that. I'm not feeling really nervous right now. But the more I watch my person's mental pictures and emotions, the more anxious I'm getting. And so at the same time, for most of us, because we're conscious modern pet parents, we're trying to maybe tire them out with play. We're trying to offer them CBD or other types of calming, or melatonin or other types of calming aids, or we're trying to create a special room with more sound insulation. And they're looking at all of this and picking the message that they're getting is something really bad is about to happen and I'm going to be involved. And I'm starting to dread it long before it ever actually even happens. And so how do we shift this? How do we awareness is a big piece of it. And awareness really breaks open really takes us out of problem consciousness and into solution consciousness, which is a really good place to be. But there's a next step to this, and that is we need to change the channel on our own TV station, because when we change the program that we're broadcasting, that changes what the messages that our animals are taking in. And luckily, it's not so difficult to do this. All we have to do is shift into a calm, peaceful, happy, excited, celebratory place. So we're replacing all of these terrifying images that kind of play to our pets like a horror movie where they're the star. They're the star protagonist, which means they're the one that's going to be predated upon. We need to change the channel and start broadcasting mental pictures of a really happy day. Maybe you do plan to tire them out with play, but we don't frame it like that. We're going to have a really fun day doing some special play activities because this is a day of celebration. This is a day of freedom. This is a day of independence. This is a day of expansion and new opportunity. This is a day when all over the world, or at least all over the country, we express love and appreciation and kindness and friendship towards one another. And so we're broadcasting these anticipatory, celebratory, happy, loving messages, and the mental pictures that we're pairing them with are of having a great time during the day, and then we're going to get some special treats at night, and it's going to be really fun. And we're actually broadcasting our animal calmly sitting with us, or maybe even just expressing mild curiosity about these louder sounds. Or maybe we're broadcasting that when the sounds are going on, we're all cuddled up as a family watching a movie together. Of course, pets hear loud noises all the time. Some of us, the way that we like to listen to our music or watch our television with the boom boom of the bass and the sparkly, sprightly treble, that could be pretty jarring for pet ears. Why don't they react the same way? It's because we're not broadcasting any kind of distress signal from our UTV channel. So start to work with this. Start now working with this in your own home with your own companion animals and whatever plans that you have. It's still a fantastic idea to tire your pet out with play, but we don't frame it like that. We go have a great day and play together. It's still a great idea to offer additional support, CBD, melatonin, but I'm going to encourage you, don't leave yourself out in that, because you also have established kind of a groove, a neural network in your brain. There's a certain pathway where your anxiety ramps up on these holidays. And frankly, I'm a highly sensitive person. I tend to specialize in and attract highly sensitive people and highly sensitive pets, because I understand what that's like so well. And it's easier for me to empathize and to recognize and offer appropriate types of support for highly sensitive beings of all species. However, just recognize that whether you happen to fall somewhere on the highly sensitive spectrum or not, you have a neural pathway now that tends towards the anxious, tends towards the worry, tends toward the fearful on behalf of those you love of other species when noisy holidays or thunderstorms or other types of noise-centric events unfold, whether planned or unplanned. And so you need to also make sure that you're tending to your own self-care, that you want, take some CBD yourself, take some melatonin yourself, create calm in your own life, in your own being, so that it's easier to downshift back into a calm, relaxed mental and emotional space. So I encourage you to work with this year. Let's see if we can change the channel together for ourselves and on behalf of our animals. Let's see if we can set them up for success and for calm during these types of noisy holidays, and do all the things, but just shift the energy around how and why you're doing it. And the more you can start practicing now, the more effortless it will feel when the actual holiday or event day or night arrives, and it feels more seamless for you. And if you're struggling a little and you're having trouble maintaining that positive mental TV picture and that calm, positive, energetic space, you could be honest with your animal, because they know anyway. They may not know exactly why or what's going on, but I always advise 100% transparency and honesty with animals, because it's the only way they're going to be able to accurately decode what they're receiving from you. And they're receiving everything. So we really want them to understand what they're receiving and why they're receiving it and what's going on with you. So it's absolutely essential, if you're having a little struggle with this yourself, to say to your animal, I'm really worried because in years past, I've experienced companion animals reacting with stress or anxiety with loud noises, which are going to happen today. But I want you to know that you have nothing to worry about. This is something I'm working on, and the best way that you can help both of us is just to remain calm and let's just have a great day together. And so you can be honest so they understand, okay, that's something that she or he is struggling through a little bit and working on, and I just want to support my person with something. That's what we do, right? When we love one another, when we're best friends, when we love unconditionally, we show support. We don't try to fix the other being. We don't try to take their problems away from them, but we do support them through that. And so that's another piece you can work with. I'd love to hear how this goes for you, if this shifts anything in your household, if you have a noise reactive animal, or if you are noise reactive, if it helps you to reframe your own energy around noise centric holidays or events. I hope this is helpful for you and for your interspecies family. It is my joy and honor to share tools, tips, and tidbits about how interspecies communication can improve your health and wellness for your whole family. And I hope to see you over on animallovelanguages.com. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment, rate, whatever it is, wherever you're listening or watching. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Okay, happy holidays and bye for now.